Nearly surrounded by the Atlantic, Nova Scotia is a province that boasts the most diverse range of landscapes. From the untamed coastal lowlands of the western shore to the mountainous highlands in the east, the endless sandy beaches of the south shoreline to the rocky cliffline along the bay to the north. With its highest tides and its darkest skies, it's a land that has over 13,000 kilometers of coastline, meaning you're never more than an hour away from the ocean. First settled over 4 centuries ago, but home to the Mi'kmaq long before that, it's a land that is so rich in history. It's a bountiful land, rich dykelands and rolling farmlands, orchards and vineyards, but it's also a harsh and rustic land that doesn't tame easily. This summer, join us each week as we share the places we love most to explore, some familiar and some not so well known, but all within a day's drive, and all worth coming to see. Welcome to our summer road trip series. Here in Nova Scotia, we are spoiled for choice when it comes to beautiful beaches. And while the southern shores definitely offer the most selection, there are still a number of wonderful beaches to explore in other areas. Last time, we went harbor hopping along the upper part of the northern shore of the province, all the little harbor towns along the Bay of Fundy. This week, we're going to continue down the rest, along what's known as the Acadian Shore. The shoreline is made up of fairly sparse little villages, most centered around fishing, and most French-speaking. It's a pretty drive, but there isn't a lot to do save take in the beautiful scenery. I do always love stopping by what I think is one of the most beautiful churches in all of Nova Scotia, a church that sadly sits empty with its future up in the air. Standing at 184 feet from floor to steeple, the Eglise Sainte Marie Church in Church Point is one of the largest and tallest wooden structures in North America. Formerly a Catholic church, the towering shake structure is both simplistic in its humble wooden shake exterior, but grand in its scale. Unfortunately, in 2023, the church was closed, and over the past few years, various efforts have been made to raise financial support in an attempt to save the structure from demolition. But it's such a huge undertaking. At this point, the future of the church is unclear, but it still stands, and so there's still hope. When we head down this way, we usually spend the day at Mavillette Beach, a favorite of ours in the area. I will include a few spots we have visited in Yarmouth, but Yarmouth is pushing what we would comfortably enjoy in a day. It always amazes me how the weather can change so quickly when you're on the shore. It can be blue skies and sunny 1 minute, and the next, as a heavy fog rolls in, it can seem misty and gray. But eventually, especially on the beach, by late morning the sun starts burning off most of the fog and the skies clear up. We always take the scenic route that hugs the coastline and winds through all the little towns along the way. Mavillette Beach is a vast beach, one where the tide is drawn way out, leaving what seems like miles and miles of sand to walk. Opposite to the beach, there are scrubby wetlands with little estuaries and an abundance of flora and fauna, and on the other side lie the pathways down the dunes, all lined with fragrant beach roses. Because the tide goes so far out, there is so much space to enjoy the beach. Shallow wading pools are left behind, which warm in the sun and are perfect for little ones to play in. You can walk for what feels like forever on the ripply ocean floor and enjoy the warm current of a small outlet of fresh water that mixes in with the salty seawater. It turns the water brackish, leaving behind frothy bits of foam floating around. We love bringing our bocce set as it makes a challenging terrain to play on. Yarmouth is another half-hour west and happens to be where the cat arrives when you arrive by ferry from Bar Harbor, Maine. Cape Forchu is a popular destination. It's an interesting lighthouse that sits on 19 acres. In 1604, this forked bit of land was actually named by Samuel de Champlain himself. Built in 1840, the lighthouse was the 13th built in Nova Scotia and would later have a steam-powered foghorn to aid the ships in the harbor. In the mid-1600s, Acadians began settling the Mi'kmaq land known as Land's End, being at the end of the province. In 1759, New England planters sought refuge from the 7 Years' War, and it was officially founded as Yarmouth in 1761, when a ship with 3 families arrived from Sandwich, Massachusetts. By the 19th century, the town became a major shipbuilding center. During what was known as the Golden Age of Sail, a fleet of world-trading clipper ships made Yarmouth one of the most affluent cities in British North America. The evidence of this time still stands: the elaborate mansions of the sea captains. Port Maitland Beach is also a lovely beach to visit when you're down in this area. I never tire of watching the little piping plovers dance along the sand. Next week, we'll be spending the day in Kejimkujik Provincial Park, hiking along the riverside trails, relaxing by the lake, and spending the night in Canada's only dark sky preserve.